Hi you guys, welcome back to another video. If you're new to my channel, I'm so glad that you're here, but I know you guys see the title of the video and this video is going to be a little bit hard for me, but I'm just going to jump straight to it. I was going to do a little bit of disclaimers before I really got into the video, but it's just like I just need to woosah. So I'm just asking God to give me the strength to share this message and talk to you guys about it. Y'all, when I tell you this video took me a few days to just process, like this topic just took me a few days to talk about it, because I'm just going to talk about I have some notes listed about the video so I can go in order, because I don't want to just ramble off. So I hope y'all are having a wonderful day, but let's just get into the video. Y'all just bear with me. Like if I take a few deep breaths or a little bit breaks, just understand that this is a lot for me. So I'm going to talk to you about my middle school teacher and what made me get on this topic of him and bring in this situation to light. So I'm going to talk about him, and then I'm going to talk about what happened to him and what made me look up him and try to find him and reach out to him. So Mr. Joseph was my y'all, this is gonna be a little bit hard for me, I'm sorry, y'all. Mr. Joseph was my 7th grade middle school teacher. If you know me personally, you know I moved to Atlanta, Georgia, Clayton County in 2015 to 2016. And when I lived in Georgia, I went to Rex Mill Middle School. If you know about Georgia, you know exactly what I'm talking about. If you know about Clayton County, you know about Rex Mill Middle School. And that was the school I went to. And that was the school that I had Mr. Joseph in. I think, yeah, I had him for my math 7th grade teacher. And when I tell you Mr. Joseph, when I say that he saved my life, he saved my life because I didn't want to be here anymore. And I was being bullied so bad and just humiliated and tortured and bullied. Maybe I'll do another story time on how I was bullied and like the extent that it went. But it's a lot with it. So I'm going to tell you about Mr. Joseph. He was my 7th grade math teacher. And Mr. Joseph was always he was really nice, but he had a lot of boundaries. And he was very, I can't even describe the word. He was very, he was just so well-rounded for a young African-American teacher. And he was just very family-oriented. And this is me remembering this in 2015, I'm 21 now. So 2015, I was probably about 12, because I'm 21 now. I was about 12, probably about to be 13, and yeah. So I'm sorry I'm all over the place, but it's just a lot, y'all. So Mr. Joseph was a very nice young man. He was a nice teacher, and he saved my life because I was being bullied so bad, being like tortured, humiliated, you guys. And when I would go home from school, I'll be like, I don't want to go to school, I'm sick. I was just sick every single day because I didn't want to tell my mom that I was being bullied with my family. So I was like, I'm sick, I don't want to go. Just every day I was sick, I didn't want to go to school. So one day my mom asked me, like, what's wrong? Like, why you never want to go to school or whatever? Or just like, what's wrong with you? Like, what's wrong with you? Like, why is every day that you're sick? And I'm going to get onto that, like the bullying situation. But I think I'm going to make another video about how I was being bullied. Y'all want the video of how I was being bullied and the things that I was, how I was being bullied. So it was like, my mom was like, why don't you want to go to school? So I think one day I told her, like, I'm being bullied, I'm being humiliated, I'm being picked on. And if you know me around this time in Georgia, I didn't really have much. Like, I was new to Georgia. My family moved from Baltimore, Maryland to Georgia, and I didn't have much. I was just this child who was just coming from a new state, and I'm coming from a private school. My 6th grade year, I was in a private school. So it was just a lot, just the transition as well. So I told her one day that I was being bullied, and my mom went up to the school and she let the administration know, and I think the administration told Mr. Joseph. And this one particular day, he asked me, like, who is bothering you? Like, he made me get up and show them who was the girls that was bothering me, he wanted to get down to the bottom of it. He said, you don't have to point the finger, just say 1 through 3 at this table or however, and I'm gonna handle it. And from that day, I don't know what he said to these girls, but from that day, he let me know, if you have any more problems, let me know. If you have any more problems, let me know. And from that day, they never bothered me again. When I say I never had an issue out of these girls, since he said something to them. So that was the blessing. But the reason what made me even start talking about Mr. Joseph is because my mom was talking about him, just talking about the memories of Georgia and stuff like that. And we brought up Mr. Joseph. I'm like, let me get ready to this. I'm gonna try to reach out to him and, send him a thank you message for him saving my life and like him just stepping in when I didn't want to be here anymore. So I'm looking up, I'm going to like I'm looking up online, I'm looking up like on Facebook. Y'all, I'm reading on Facebook. Mind you, I'm reading on Facebook. I'm reading. I'm like, I didn't send it. My mom was like, did you find him? Did you find him or something? I'm like, paused. I'm like looking and looking, like, this is what I'm seeing, y'all. Y'all, my middle school teacher was unalive. So traumatic. Me reading this and like just everything around the situation that happened, it was just so traumatic. 1 second, y'all. I'm sorry. Let me take some water, y'all. I'm back. Okay. It was just so traumatic to read the story about what happened to him. So he was unalived in his apartment building by someone. It stated that he was having a let me go to it. So he was having an emotional episode, and he had recently switched to a different medication. And yeah, like, the reason why I'm telling this story is because I don't understand how someone could do this to him. And yeah, so that's what I'm gonna say that on that part. But that's the background of how I knew Mr. Joseph. So the reason why I wanted to send him a message is because I am now a substitute teacher at a middle school, and I see so much, and I see so much, and when I'm teaching, it just seems like my aura, my presence is like Mr. Joseph, and it's like, is he giving me messages and signs that I'm on the right track just by teaching in middle school? And middle school was one of the most hardest years of my life. So it's just it's a lot when I'm when I was teaching. It just, after I found out the news, and as I started teaching after that, it just made me look at things in a different way, because Mr. Joseph was always able to control his classrooms. He was always so structured and to get the classes under control and just relate to the students and all these things, like all these good things about Mr. Joseph. And that was a time where I was vulnerable. I was weak. I didn't have a say. I was coming from a different state. So for Mr. Joseph to understand and help me during a time where I did not want to be here. Like, I did not want to be here. I felt weak. I felt hopeless. I felt just like a nobody. And Mr. Joseph saved me because I did not want to be here. I was just dealing with so much at the time. So I'm now substituting and working with children. So I wanted to send him a message to let him know that I'm just so thankful for you for helping me. So when I'm going online to try to send a message and I see this, I'm like, whoa, like my mom is looking like, what's wrong? Like I didn't want to say, because I'm like, is this real? Like this can't be real. Like I'm looking at my phone like this cannot be real. Like I'm doing more research. I'm scrolling. So I go online, search it up. I'm like, this is real. I didn't even want to say it, but I had to say it because my mom was like, what is wrong? Like, can you send him a message? So yeah, just substituting and my way that I have with children, I just see Mr. Joseph and his morals and his teaching styles and his communication in me. So it's definitely a blessing to be able to enjoy what you do and have such an impact on the children. And I also wanted to talk about mental health. Mental health is so real. And when people have so many expectations and obligations and responsibilities on them, they get overlooked. People think that they're just strong and they can handle, they can take on all these problems and all this pain and all these burdens, and people do not be checking on them. And that's why they say always check on your strong friends, because you could really be having a lot going on in your head, and the mental health is so real at this time. And we have to make sure we are talking to people, expressing those things, because when you have so much, all these high roles and responsibilities, you tend to just be the savior, and at times we can't save everyone. So check on your strong friends, check on your people that has so much, that never asks for help, that's quiet. See how their mental is doing, because people are really messed up, you guys. And I want you to know that I have to talk to people. I have to express certain things. I have to get mental health help because I have a lot of responsibilities. I hold a lot of obligations. So when I do talk to a therapist, I do talk to people that can help me with my mental health, it definitely does help, because we all need someone to talk to. Because sometimes when you're a quiet person, when you're a person that, oh, I'll figure it out, I'll be okay, and the inside you're going crazy, you're crashing in the inside, because you are just facing all these obstacles and don't have anyone that sometimes they don't understand. And other times, one second, and other times it can be they don't understand, and other times they just don't know what to do to help you. So sometimes getting mental health services is the best thing. I am actually in college, going into my senior year for social work, wanting to be a mental health therapist, wanting to share how important mental health is, and taking care of your mental health and self-care and prioritizing your mental health. I am almost done college, and I wanted to share that with him about me being in college. And my major was education, and I changed social work, just to give him an update and just thank him about what he did for me. All heroes does not wear capes. What he did, Asia, you guys would not probably will be looking at me today. So I'm just thankful to be able to get that experience, to be able to get help when I really, really needed it. And I was reading the story, and it was saying that he moved from Georgia to Chicago. So he became an assistant assistant principal at a Chicago school. And I'm just like, wow, like what if, like, bro, like I literally lived in Georgia that 1 year, and then I moved back to Maryland. So it was just like, that was an angel. He was my angel, because I did not want to be here anymore, you guys. I just didn't feel no point. Like I was just being, oh my gosh, just a lot with that, y'all. So check on your strong people. Make sure they are getting the mental health services they need, the talks, the reassurance. That is so important. Now I'm going to talk about bullying and what bullying does to children, and what y'all, I'm about to cry, but what bullying does to children. How did it make me feel? How did I become the person that I become when I was tormented? I was humiliated. My 11, 12-year-old self would not think I would be the Bree that I am today. I did not think that I would be able to overcome and be the person that God has created me to be because of what I've been through, what I've endured. When you're bullied, you feel weak, you feel useless, you feel hopeless, you feel abused, you feel sabotaged, you don't know what to do, you feel like you're just pushed into this wall. And abuse is not, bullying is not all physical. It could be mental, it could be emotional, it could be torture, it could be just, oh my gosh, it could be so much. And I didn't know what to do. So please protect your children. Make them feel comfortable. Make them feel like they can come to you and talk to you. If I never would have went to my mom, I don't know where I would be, what I'd be doing right now, if I would even still be here. So talk to your children. Make them feel comfortable. Make them feel like they can come to you and express the deepest, darkest things, because you never know what children are going through. And middle school is one of the hardest times of a child's life. And I feel like that's why I picked up the middle school role. When I'm teaching, when I'm substituting, when I'm helping my students, I see so much. I address certain things because I know what it feels like to be pushed in a corner, to be laughed at, to be frowned upon for no reason. And a lot of the times we have people in the classrooms and children in the classroom that don't understand. They come from a good background. They come from love. They come from, not saying I didn't come from love, but they come from financial blessings. They come from having everything. So when they get around people that don't really have much, they don't understand, why are you like that? Why do you look like that? Why are you not dressed like me? Why are you not looking like me? So children don't understand, but it's good to teach your children to accept everyone, to accept them for where they are, meet people where they are. No one is better than no one, because now where I am in life, being 21, about to be 22, I understand that when you come from not having much or being bullied or being tormented, you go after all the things that you never had. So by me being bullied, I tend to, I went through this, so I'm going to get over this. I'm going to get a massive amount of this. I'm going to make a massive amount of that. And it just causes you to just want more. But what I always tell and articulate is God. When you have God and you turn to Him and you look for Him to help you through these storms and through these trials and tribulations, you become so unbothered by the negative. When I was bullied, and it fazed me. So now when I go through certain things and people say certain stuff about me, it's just like, okay, I've heard worse as a child. Now I'm an adult. I'm able to do certain things and fix certain things about myself that you're not really saying too much of anything. So I say all that to say, watch your children. Let them feel comfortable with talking to you. Let them feel like they have a voice. People want to feel like they have a voice, that you're listening to them. There's a lot of, the generation that it was back then, 2015 to 2025, girl, it's a whole nother ball game. It's different. It's a whole nother ball game. And the media, we had media, but it wasn't like how it is now. Like, it's crazy now. Like, the things that they have now is different. So the social media, the gaming, and all the things, like, just so much that they have access to. Watch your children, even in elementary school, middle school, high school. Watch them. Let them be able to talk to you. Let them be able to articulate and express how they're feeling, and believe them. When a child tells you something, believe your children. Believe them, please. Like, listen to them. I thank God for my mom for even being able to go up to my school and advocate, articulate, let them administration know what's going on. My child was not like this when we were living back home and when we were, back where we were. But when we come here and she's experiencing all these things, that my family was very bothered. My family was very uncomfortable. They didn't know what to do. And I started to treat my family in a negative way because I was being abused. I didn't know how to say it. I didn't want them to look at me like, what? But they didn't even know how to handle that when I told them. So them going up to my school was the best thing that they could have done, because that's when Mr. Joseph stepped in. He stepped in and made sure I was okay. He made sure that I felt safe and felt like I belonged at the school. I'm already coming from an out of town place. This is different for me. Like, this is different. I never been to the school before. I never seen these people before. Like, if I was still in my hometown but going to a different school, it would be a little bit different, because I'm a part of the culture. I already know what the culture is. I didn't know the culture. I didn't know the routine. I didn't know the accent. I didn't know the style. I didn't know anything. So I'm coming there. Then in middle school, like I said in the beginning, middle school is one of the toughest chapters of a child's life, because you're finding yourself. It's very cliquish. It's very put together. You have to know this. You have to know that. You have to be afloat. So I didn't know those things. So y'all, when I'm sitting here doing this video, I lie to you not, I'm getting so many flashbacks, and it's scary. Like, I don't know what that means. Maybe that's God just showing me what I've overcome and where I've come from. And Mr. Joseph definitely was an angel that saved me from, I don't know where I would have been. And I'm just thankful that I'm here and can give you guys a revelation and share my testimony with you guys, to know that I overcame a lot. I overcame something that was traumatic, that was hard for me. So I say all that to say, check on your children. And all heroes don't wear capes. All heroes don't wear capes. Just talk. Express how you feel. Let the words, how you feel, let it flow. Say it, because no one will ever know. Even if it's children watching this video, talk to your parents. Talk to adults. Let them know what's going on. You have a bright world ahead of you. And it is so important for you to express and articulate and gather and say how you feel. How you feel. I'm telling you, say how you feel. You are not going to be looked at crazy. People need to know what's going on in these school systems. That's the problem in the school system. People are not comfortable with bringing that to the light, because they don't know how people are going to look at them. So let's see if I have another note. So I just want to send a message to Mr. Joseph and just thank him for what he's done for me, and saving me and protecting me and making me feel safe. I come from a one-parent household, so I never really had a father figure to, share those things with and protect me. So he played a major role, and I will never forget him. And that's why I did this video. So if his family ever sees this video, I want you to know that he was not only special to you, but he was special to his students. He played a major role in his students' life. He made them feel comfortable. He made them feel safe. And he did not wear a cape, but he definitely was a hero. I hope this video touches someone. I know it touched me. I know it took a lot for me to do this video. Please subscribe to my channel, leave me a comment, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please leave some hearts down in the comments. We're going to do red hearts. Let's leave some red hearts in the comments. Maybe some angel emojis, if they have an angel emoji, or like a halo emoji. For Mr. Joseph, let's leave some halo and red heart emojis in the comments for him. And I hope this video touches someone today, and I really appreciate you all. I love you all, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Be blessed, don't be stressed, and don't create a mess. And I'll see you guys in my next video.